boys and girls. It's Mrs. Miller, and she's going to read The Three Little Wolves and the Big Bad Pig. We usually read about, the piggies being the little wee ones and the wolf being the bad one. But in this one, it's a little different, so pay attention. The Three Little Wolves and the Big Bad Pig by Eugene Trevez and Helen Oxenberg did the pictures. So there you see the three little wolves on the front cover eating their lunch. Looks like they've been building something. Okay, pay attention. The Three Little Wolves and the Big Bad Pig. Once upon a time, there were three cuddly little wolves with soft fur and fluffy tails who lived with their mother. The first was black, the second was gray, and the third was white. One day, the mother called the three little wolves around her and said, "My children, it's time for you to go out into the world. Go and build a house for yourselves, but beware of the big bad pig." "Don't worry, Mother. We will watch out for him," said the three little wolves as they set off. Soon they met a kangaroo who was pushing a wheelbarrow full of red and yellow bricks. "Please, may you give us some of your bricks?" asked the three little wolves. "Certainly," said the kangaroo, and she gave them a lot of red and yellow bricks. So the three little wolves built themselves a house of bricks. The very next day, you know who's showing up, right? The very next day, the big bad pig came prowling down the road and saw the house of bricks that the little wolves had built. The three little wolves were playing croquet in the garden. When they saw the big bad pig coming, they ran inside the house and locked the door. "There comes the big bad pig. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's big. He's bad. He's a pig." Here's those guys. That's what croquet is, guys. It's a game, lawn game. Okay. So, and if you looked carefully when they were playing croquet, there he is peeking through the woods over here. It's Oppositeville here. There, right there. Peeking. Oh, those three little wolves. Okay. The pig knocked on the door and grunted, "Little wolves, let me come in." No, said the three little wolves. "Not by the hair on our chins, we will not let you in. Not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot." Here he is looking through the window saying, "Let me in." "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. So he huffed, and he puffed, and he puffed, and he's huffed, but the house wouldn't fall down. But the pig wasn't called big and bad for nothing. He went and fetched his sledgehammer and he knocked the house down. The three little wolves only just managed to escape before the bricks crumbled, and they were frightened indeed. Okay, let's see what happens next. These wolves are pretty smart. "We shall have to build a stronger house," they said. Just then they saw a beaver who was mixing concrete in a concrete mixer. "Please, will you give us some of your concrete?" asked the three little wolves. "Certainly," said the beaver, and he gave them buckets and buckets full of messy, slurry concrete. So the three little wolves built themselves a house of concrete. Here's the beaver with the concrete mixer. And now these guys are building a new house. Well, it looks concrete, I know, is pretty tough. Yeah, concrete is pretty tough. So let's see what happens. No sooner had they finished when the big bad pig came prowling down the road. And he saw the house of concrete that the little wolves had built. They were playing badminton and shuttlecock in the garden when they saw the big bad pig coming. They ran inside the house and shut the door. The big bad pig rang the bell. Little frightened wolves, let me come in. No, not by the hair on our... Wait, I gotta read this right. Oh yeah, not by the hair on our chins. We will not let you in, not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot. Well, then, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down, said the pig. So he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, and the house didn't fall down. So here's the pig looking over the side. Here he is looking over the side here, and that's badminton. And this little thing in the air, that's the birdie or the shuttlecock. All right. Oh, it didn't blow down, remember? But the big bad pig was not called big and bad for nothing. He went and fetched his pneumatic drill and smashed down the house. For those of you who don't know what a pneumatic drill is, oh, look at him shaking and ratting and rolling there. Let's see what's happening on this page. Oh, they're just making their escape. The three little wolves managed to escape. Their chinny chin chins were trembling and trembling and trembling. We shall build an even stronger house, they said, because they were very determined. Just then, they saw a truck coming along the road carrying barbed wire, iron bars, armor plates, and very heavy metal padlocks. Please, will you give us some of your barbed wire, a few iron bars, and metal armor plates, and some heavy metal padlocks? They said to the rhinoceros who was driving the truck. Sure, said the rhinoceros, and he gave them plenty of barbed wire, iron bars, armored plates, and heavy metal padlocks. He also gave them some plexiglass and some reinforced steel chains, because he was generous and a kind-hearted rhinoceros. So the three little wolves built themselves an extremely strong house. It was the strongest, securest house one could possibly imagine. They felt absolutely safe. Yeah, that does look pretty secure there. Oh, you know who's coming now, right? The next day, the big bad pig came prowling along the road as usual. Prowl, prowl, prowl. The three little wolves were playing hopscotch in the garden when they saw the big bad pig coming. They ran inside their house, bolted the door, and locked all 37 padlocks. The pig dialed the video entrance phone and said, "Little frightened pit wolves." I knew I was going to mess up. "Little frightened wolves with the trembling chins, let me come in." So here he is peeking over the padlock things there, and there's the wolves in there and the barbed wire fences. And said the wolves. "Not by the hair on our chinny chin chins. We will not let you in. Not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot." "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. So he huffed, and he puffed, and he puffed, and he huffed, but the house wouldn't fall down. But the pig wasn't called big and bad for nothing. He brought some dynamite, laid it against the house, and lit the fuse. So here's the pictures. Here's the dynamite down here. And they're all up in there. What do you think is going to happen? Oh, yeah. And lit the fuse, and the house blew up. Ba-bam! 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 Here's the picture. Oh, man, that's crazy. The three little wolves just managed to escape with their fluffy tails scorched. Oh, look at his little tail. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Here's the pig. He's like, oh, yeah. Big and bad for nothing. Oh, something must be wrong with our building materials, they said. We have to try something different. But what? At that moment, they saw a flamingo coming down, pushing a wheelbarrow full of flowers. "Please, will you give us some flowers?" asked the little wolves. "With pleasure," said the flamingo, and he gave them lots of flowers. So the three little wolves built themselves a house of flowers. It doesn't seem so sturdy to me. One wall was of marigolds, one of daffodils, one of pink roses, and one of cherry blossoms. The ceiling was made of sunflowers. The floor was a carpet of daisies. They had water lilies in their bathtub and buttercups in their refrigerator. It was a rather fragile house that swayed in the wind, but it was very beautiful. Here he is taking a little bath with his lily pads in the tub. Next day, the big bad pig came prowling down the road, and he saw the house built of flowers and that the three little wolves had built. He rang the blue bell at the door. Ding dong. "Little frightened wolves with the trembling chins and the scorched tails, let me come in." No, not by the hair on our chinny chin chins. We will not let you in, not for all the tea leaves in our tiny china teapot. "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down." So here they are trembling. But he took a deep breath, ready to huff and puff. He smelled the soft scent of the flowers. It was fantastic. And because the scent was so lovely, the pig took another breath, and then another, and then another. Instead of huffing and puffing, he began to sniff. He sniffed deeper and deeper until he was quite filled with the fragrant scent. His heart grew tender. He realized how horrible he had been. Right then, he decided to become a big, good pig. He started to sing, and to dance the tarantella. Oh, I'm a good pig now. Oh, my wicked ways are done. No more bullying under the sun. So here is the picture of him sniffing. And here he's doing the tarantella, which is really a dance. And the wolves are like, what the what? At first, the three little wolves were a bit worried. It might be a trick. But soon they realized that the pig had truly changed. So they came running out of the house. They started playing games with him. First they played pig pog, and then piggy in the middle. And when they were all tired, they invited him in the house. What? Into the house? They offered him tea and strawberries and wolfberries, and asked him to stay with them as long as he wanted. The pig accepted. And you know what, boys and girls? They all lived happily ever after together. Wasn't that a good book? It was a very good book. And that's what we hope, that if ever we run into a bully, and we need a grown-up's help, that we ask the grown-ups to help, and that they can change and become good inside and never do bad choices again, and that you become friends. So, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed the book. And so what was it called? The Little Wolves and the Big Bad Pig. So again, whether I'm Mrs. Miller or the Big Bad Pig or Aunt Tootie or Grandma Tildy, you know what, boys and girls? Mrs. Miller loves ya. Loves ya. And I'll see you next time. All righty? Okay. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.